who came to us in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, to whom we forever give praise and thanks for raising up in our midst a divine leader, teacher, spiritual God, in the person of most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet my Savior's Day guests and believers with divine greetings of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum. We are the mighty MGT and GCC, Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization class. This was a name given to a training of women and girls in North America, how to keep house, how to rear their children, how to take care of their husbands, sew, cook, and general how to act at home and abroad. These training units were named by Prophet and leader of Islam, W.G. Fry. Possessions of a civilized woman, demands of Muslim women, devotion of children, faithfulness to Allah, self-discipline, courteousness, cleanliness, intelligence, love. Now I'll be reciting sign language. My name is Sister Jameila, and I'm 7 years old. Here at ELIJAHS University, we are taught 4 languages. I will show you some requests we are learning. Please stop, help, sit down, stand up, where, when, thank you, and assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jabril Wallace, and I'm 12 years old and a 7th grade student representative at Elijah University. In public school, I was exposed to drugs, prostitution, and gang activity. But here at Elijah University, I am taught the importance of the knowledge of self. First, my people must be taught the knowledge of self. Then and only then will they be able to understand others and that which surrounds them. At Elijah University, I am being taught marketing, distribution, and accounting. Not only am I a student at Elijah University, I am also a staff member, which enables me to do for self. I budget my own money, buy my own uniforms, and pay my own phone bill. Thank you, and assalamu alaikum.
Welcome. I'm Thomas Johnson, host of Oakland Is, a community services program that seeks to highlight individuals and businesses that will be of interest to our viewers. Today, we have Elijah's University for Self-Development. We would like to welcome Sister Khadira Pasha, the Public Relations Director, and Sister Hadara Muhammad, Enrollment Director. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
The university, where are you located? And who do you serve?
Well, currently we're at 818 27th Street in West Oakland. And we have, which I'll speak about a little later, we have an expansion next door at 820 27th Street. But we can be reached there. I've also given the phone number. It's at 510-444-2793. And we're right there in the heart of West Oakland, serving the community.
Okay, very important question. Are you a tax-exempt organization? Our viewers would probably want to know that in order to make donations and contributions.
Well, we welcome that and we appreciate it. And Sister Hadia will speak on it more a little later, but we are tax-exempt 501c3 public benefit corporation. And we've been functioning at this particular location for close to 8 years. But as a group wholly, we've been working for almost 20 years, combined maybe 30, working at the grassroots level with the most disenfranchised members of the community. We have the current school serves 0 to 18 and beyond. And I say beyond because we work with ex-felons, we work with those who need continued education, anyone who needs to be prepared with a GED. We work with youth who are struggling in the public school system. As we share with you, some of our students demonstrated how they changed from being in public school setting and how they benefit more from a private independent school setting.
What makes your school different? What makes you able to deal with all these different scenarios and different needs of your students?
That's a good question. What makes us unique is we do something that your public school all over the country either cannot do or they will not do or they're unable to do it for whatever reason. And we deal with the whole human being. And not only just the whole child, something that's not being done is we deal with the whole family. Because it's one thing to change a child's, their diet, for example, the nutritional aspect of that child's education. For example, you have public school that's running rapid all of a sudden with this ADHD. Oh, the child was diagnosed with ADHD. The child can't sit still in class. Well, what makes us unique, one thing, is we address that nutritionally. Pulling the sugars out of the diet, pulling the processed foods out of the diet, pulling the meat. The cancer-ridden cows, you know, they have problems with the meat. So you take the things that are causing the disturbances in the child, which through the diet, and that's just one aspect. It's just dealing with the child through the diet. That in 1 week, we can change a child's attention span. You can change the behavioral issues that they have in class. By just working on the diet for 1 week, you begin to change. And I say we work with the whole family because it's one thing for the child to eat a certain way only at school. But when you bring a family in at a PTA meeting, for example, and you educate them on how to properly buy groceries, you have a lot of poor, disenfranchised people, teaching them perhaps how to shop at a farmer's market, things that they've never thought about. Then you can really do a lot of work when you deal with the whole family.
But doesn't it also take a real commitment from the teachers to help this child, to understand this child? I've said many times, growing up, if my friends and I were growing up today, they'd have all of us on Ritalin. We were so high energy, but the teachers cared. They really gave us specialized help, and they didn't try to cut back on our energy level, or they just tried to direct it better.
Yes.
What is your opinion on that?
Well, absolutely. The teachers are being strangled by a system. The education is not so free-hearted as it was maybe when we're going to school. The teachers really are strangled by the educational system itself. It's a bureaucracy, it's a syndicate, it's politically charged. You can't tell a child this, you can't say that to a child. You have the whole thing with sexual harassment, you have all kinds of abuse going on in schools. So they're really strangled out of what they can, the love that they can truly give. Because you do all over the country have a lot of teachers who love what they do and they like to give more, but you have a list of policies and teachers' handbooks, and you can't say that, and you can't do this, you have to be culturally sensitive, you have to be sensitive in this area. And it's just, a system that says, with 30 children in the class, I just don't have that one-on-one individual time to give you. If it's you, like you said, you and your buddies, well, times 10 in a classroom where the budget is strangled itself. And you just can't accommodate. You have 5 different cultures in a classroom. You have 10 different levels in a classroom of 30. And they're just really unable to give those children what they need. And that's one of the reasons why someone like myself has stayed grassroots. We've stayed independent, not wanting to seek accreditation, because then you don't have to live by those particular constraints. You can take a child and work with him or her where she is and bring her up to level. And you have the freedom in an independent school to do that.
Excellent, excellent. When you talk about schools, and especially independent schools, one of the main things that comes up is enrollment. Parents really trip on how do I get my kid enrolled, how do I get them in, how much paperwork is it going to take, the tax returns. It really becomes stressful on the parents. The whole enrollment function. How do you, as a school at Elijah's, address that?
Well, at first I have them, I usually schedule an appointment with them. And, before the appointment, maybe an hour or two, maybe even a day before, and then following on that day, I confirm the appointment. To see what mind frame, I offer them rides. Do you need a ride to and from the appointment? Can I pick you up somewhere? I have a car seat. Do you want to bring your child? I allow them to bring their children. I let them know ahead of time what is needed to come to the appointment, because not only am I an enrollment counselor, I'm also a parent. So I take all of this into consideration and ball it into one package, and I use from experience on what I went through and to enroll my children there, and I display it out, and we all refine it our own way to make it work for us. And I take the children, and I take the children, I let them interact, first of all, with the other children. You know, so the mother, the father, or both, in that matter, can have a peace of mind while they're going through the paperwork and things that they need to pay attention to, so I can have their full undivided attention. And then I give them a full enrollment. I allow them to meet other children. I allow them to meet the staff, and I address, you know, the staff's role and what they do. And I allow them to know that our teachers, not only do they teach, they also go through an extensive training themselves. You know, we have extensive training for them to go to, because like it is Elijah's University. Everybody's in school there. Everybody is in school, myself as well. And so, and that's basically how I handle my enrollment. I start from the very beginning of introducing myself and confirming our appointment, helping them with transportation needs to get to or from the appointment, allowing them to bring their children, grandmother, whatever is holding you back from getting to your appointment. I try to help them as much as I can in that aspect.
Very good, very good. Sister, you talked about expansion.
Yes.
How is that going, and how will that affect the services that you offer to the parents and the students?
Yes, it's a wonderful project. I mean, we're all really, the whole entire board and the staff and the children are really excited about it. And I would like to say that we're like in phase 2. We've been working on this project for nearly a year. And it's a huge, expensive $100,000 project. And you know, we need the help of the community in any way. And I'd like to talk about a little bit of how the community can help before we close. But I believe that we're like in the second phase, where you have your land being graded, you have the designs done, beautiful designs, you have your plans pushed through the city, another, you know, very bureaucratic process of anyone. I'm sure the viewing audience would understand that. But you have to get everything permitted and approved through the city. And so that phase itself is at a close, and we're ready to put the buildings on. We're using some, you know, modulars, which the city of Oakland and Alameda County is, you know, saturated with beautiful modulars. You can do so much with a mobile building. So the, you know, the land's being graded, trees have been cut down, and we're just really excited about getting the complex there. The complex will have, you know, a beautiful playground, play yard for the children. It will also include a business complex, because part of what we do with the child, and I think one of our students, Brother Jabril, spoke about it, is that, you know, we have work study. These children don't, you have lots of energy. Children have endless amounts of energy. And we should all know the homicide rate in the city of Oakland. But when you have something for young people to do, something that they love to do, so you can't just build a school and let the bell ring and they go out to the city and shoot everyone up. You have to have something for them to do. So we're building not just the school, but we're building the complex, which will help employ those children. It will also help employ the community members. It helps employ their family members, their mothers, their fathers. And so they can have jobs and put their children right in the schools where they work. That's why I said earlier we address the whole need of the family. So without me being the person who's leading that project, I want to say we're at phase 2. And once we get the modulars there, I'll say, okay, we're at phase 3 now, which we're very, very close to ending the project. And it takes finances. So, you know, that's why we're happy to be here and be able to communicate with your viewing audience, because it takes finances. It takes finances, it takes finances. It's a cornerstone of anything, even if it's just education. It's not free.
That's true. One of the Greek philosophers stated that 2 of the most important things in the educational disciplines was music and athletics, 2 of the things that we're almost eliminating from our public schools. How are you addressing those 2 facets, music and physical activity?
In the regards of, the physical is very important, and I think Hadia mentioned about our training. So not only do we, you know, it's a university where we train the teachers' minds, but even the teachers themselves are very physical. We have physical training. We push the mastery of the self, mastering the body, not just being a sports gladiator. Oh, I want to make the football team or the basketball team, but really mastering the human body, because it does something about mastering the human mind. And I said earlier, it's Elijah's university for self-development, so it would be difficult for me to speak about it without speaking about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which is the foundation of our educational system, and who teaches us how to build a human being up, how to build the mind of a human being, build the body of a human being through the foods that they eat. And you know, the messenger himself, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad himself, worked through listening through classical music. Being able to put music and calming the children's energy through music is important to us as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. I talked to a teacher not long ago, a master's degree, certified by the state, and she indicated there was a charter school 3 blocks from her house, and she had offered her assistance in any way possible any time to that school, and she had not heard anything from them. A highly qualified, intelligent woman. How would you handle somebody like that calling and saying, what can I help you with, or can I help you with anything?
Well, you know, we talked a little earlier off camera, and we are wide open, and we have business meetings that are actually open to the public. They're business meetings for us internally, but they are also business meetings for the community. And that's something that, you know, I would love to do more of, to get out there, to meet people like yourself, to meet people like the woman you spoke about. I'm working with 3 highly, highly intelligent women myself, a superintendent of Mount Diablo School District, one who trains teachers all over the country before they get into the classroom. And we open ourselves up for you to come down, to hear about what we're doing, to bridge the communication, because oftentimes there's a misunderstanding and a misrepresentation of who we are. You may see a scarf or a headpiece, or someone may, you know, give a greeting of Assalamu alaikum and be totally confused. But when we open the forum and open the doors to the community, then it's very simple to see how we can help one another. It's very simple to see where we're going and how someone such as herself, I want her number, by the way, how someone such as herself can come in and help. So we're really wide open for that. We want qualified people. We understand through the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that we need qualified, professional, educated individuals to come in and to help us build. He said we're just trying to get somewhere with our unqualified selves and pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. So we're so open for the engineers out there, the accountants out there. We're open for someone to come in and say, no, you all are doing this all wrong. You're going about it all wrong. And so we're just an open book for you to put it on the table and tell us how to go about it right.
Very good, very good. One last thing. When you say independent schools, you immediately think of a tuition that's way above anything anybody can afford. How do you address those tuition issues?
Well, you know, majority of our students come from a very low-income family. It's just how it is in the community. We go according to their income, believe it or not. We go according to their income. We math it out. Now, we do have a set tuition of $500 per student, but, you know, it fluctuates from high to low according to their income. Now, we might have a mother who's just getting on her feet and, you know, an absent parent in the home. We take all of this into consideration. And then on top of everything else, you know, we know the mother's already struggling and trying to pay this tuition to get on her feet. So we also offer them something. You know, we offer them employment to help along the way. Help with tuition, help with bills, you know. A lot of people think that, you know, in the community of the less fortunate, let's say, meaning, you know, we play outside, a water hose is entertainment forever, you know. They don't understand that just because, you know, their finances are not all the way there doesn't mean that they don't want their child to have the best. You know, a lot of our parents want their child to have the best. And we have some parents that, you know, have explained to me, I'll give my last for this, you know, education that you're giving my child. And I'm one of them. And so, you know, like we, you know, to answer your question to the fullest, we do take everything into consideration, and we work according to majority of their incomes.
And it's not easy.
Oh, I know.
It's a very, very complex thing because we are duty bound to serve that community, the ones who are growing up shooting each other, and you know, just having a very, very difficult time with unemployment, a very difficult time keeping a family unit together. And that's why when you heard the little girls speak about those basic civilized training, some people would think of that as being very demeaning, but it's just, these are the basics that all civilized people all over the world function from. You know, how to clean your environment, how to be intelligent and smart, how to cook properly and serve the body properly. So we're dealing with people who have that all messed up, and they don't have any money. So you can imagine that it's a very complex thing to balance of how to thrive as a school and yet still serve your target community.
I take it that you depend heavily on the parents, and I would think that's the best thing. I mean, that's traditional education. I'm from the South. And that was our success in schools, the teachers and the parents, that collaborative relationship. And I take it you foster that same type of relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We really when we take in a child, we take in that child's whole family.
That whole family.
And we really try and help out with the economics, the social, the economical. We try and address the whole and at the root.
Okay. Very good, very good. I think we're about out of time. I wish we could stay here and talk another hour or two.
Yes,
it makes me feel good to my heart to see that this type of institution is in fruition and growing. So my hat's off to you, sisters. Continue the work that you're doing, and we will continue monitoring you and spreading the good word.
Please do so. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
Yes.
In the name of Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Muhammad, to whom we forever give praise and thanks for raising up in our midst a divine leader, teacher, spiritual God, in the person of most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet my Savior's Day guests and believers with divine greetings of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum. We are the mighty MGT and GCC, Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization class. This was a name given to a training of women and girls in North America, how to keep house, how to rear their children, how to take care of their husbands, sew, cook, and general how to act at home and abroad. These training units were named by Prophet and leader of Islam, W.G. Fry. Possessions of a civilized woman, demands of Muslim women, devotion of children, faithfulness to Allah, self-discipline, courteousness, cleanliness, intelligence, love. Now I'll be reciting sign language. My name is Sister Jameila, and I'm 7 years old. Here at ELIJAHS University, we are taught 4 languages. I will show you some requests we are learning. Please stop, help, sit down, stand up, where, when, thank you, and assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jabril Wallace, and I'm 12 years old and the 7th grade student representative at Elijah University. In public school, I was exposed to drugs, prostitution, and gang activity. But here at Elijah University, I am taught the importance of the knowledge of self. First, my people must be taught the knowledge of self. Then and only then will they be able to understand others and that which surrounds them. At Elijah University, I am being taught marketing, distribution, and accounting. Not only am I a student at Elijah University, I am also a staff member, which enables me to do for self. I budget my own money, buy my own uniforms, and pay my own phone bill. Thank you, and assalamu alaikum.
The following is an important message from the U.S. Department of the Treasury.
Do you or a loved one get federal benefit payments by paper check? By March 1st, 2013, you're required to switch to electronic payment. Don't worry, it's easy to make the switch in 3 simple steps.
Decide whether you want direct deposit or the Direct Express Debit MasterCard. Or call me if you want to learn more about each option.
Next, you'll need to provide information printed on your federal benefit check. It will be most helpful if you have a copy of that check available when you call to make the switch. If you're signing up for direct deposit, you'll need your bank's routing number and your bank account number.
Now you're ready to make the switch. You can sign up for direct deposit online at www.godirect.org. Or to sign up by phone, you can call me or any of the other agents at 1-800-333-1795.
We're here to help.
This has been an important message from the U.S. Department of the Treasury.
Hi, I'm your mediator.
I'm really glad we can be adults about this.
My name is Dick Gooden. I am a member of the Walnut Creek Model Railroad Society. I've been part of the club for the last 22 years. The society is about 50 years old. The layout has been in this building now for 35 years, and it's forever changing. If you're the only train on the layout and you leave the passenger yard, it'll take you about 15 minutes to get completely around the layout. If we have all 10 of our cabs running trains simultaneously on the same main line, it can take you up to 2 hours. I don't think it's a dying art. I think there will always be people who are interested in model trains and modeling trains. My own theory is that people who like to model trains are the people who like the process of getting from here to there. They like to drive, they like to ride the bus, they like to go on an airplane, they like to ride the train. It's the process of travel. A significant portion of the individuals who come through the door are kids. It's amazing to watch their eyes light up as the trains go by.